So, I'm supposed to take this painting, which I really, really like. I'm supposed to take it to Chrome because one of the paintings I had up there sold like a week and a half ago, and I wanted to replace it. They're not open a lot of the time where I'm available, and with work, I just don't know sometimes if I'm working or not, so it's hard to coordinate. But I'm supposed to take this over there. I need to walk it over there because it will not fit in my car. It's 48 by 48 inches, and I hate hardware. It was requested of me to supply some wire and hanging hardware for this piece, and so I went out of my way, and I'm just really annoyed with that. But I went to get like a picture hanging kit because I just don't have one because I never supply hardware ever because like this could just hang on like a thumbtack. Like I've hung it on like a thumbtack before and it's worked. But you can just have like a medium-sized nail, nothing too crazy, and hang it on there, and it'd be fine. But I went and bought these. Well, I mean, the eye screws came in this hanging kit, wire came in the hanging kit, and yeah, I had it all ready to go, and it wasn't that hard. And I was like, oh, whatever. Like, and then I tested it, and then as you can see here, it did not hold the weight. So need something more heavy duty, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do it again. I just went out of my way to buy this thing, which I didn't even want to do. And now I've got this that I don't need. So, I don't know. I just felt like I wasted a lot of time today and a little bit of money, and I don't know. I mean, if this piece isn't meant to go up there, I guess it's not meant to be. It'd be nice because it's big and it would fill that space, and I really like it, and having it showcased somewhere public would be beautiful, rather than sitting over here in the corner, right? Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. So, moved this stuff out and the CD shelves and stuff from downstairs into the home, and I either showed you that or I'm about to show you that, what that looks like at home, and give you a little tour of the nook. But I need to clean all this stuff up, and yeah, I'm going to put this over here, and yeah, it'll just be more room for painting, which will be nice, because it gets a little tight in here sometimes. I don't do a lot of painting on the wall, but I mean, when I do, it definitely gets tight. So yeah, I'm going to rearrange some things and make it a little more spacious and comfortable and nice in here. All right. Didn't take too long to move that around, but now we got all this open space here. It feels really weird. Feels really weird. There was never this much space here because that bookshelf was actually over here, and then the couch was moved a little more that way. I mean, the couch was over here at one point. I mean, it's gone through so many changes. Yeah, there was a lot more canvas and stuff here at one point as well. But, yeah, it feels good to, like, just be able to walk through. And, like, if I'm painting here, I mean, I can use my rolly cart and bring it over here. And I can hang out, and I can use it. And it's just not as cramped. It just feels nice. It feels a little empty at the same time. Like, it does feel a little like, oh, man, what's happening here? Why is there no stuff? But it feels good. So, yeah, there you go. took a wrong turn somewhere. Okay, really quickly, I got to interject in the middle of the video, but this is the first time going down this trail, Tomb Raider. So it's really intuitive to just like do this climb. At least it was for me. Instead of hanging a right here, I just was like, hey, I'm just gonna do this climb. I ended up over there by that light pole. There's another hill with some red flags on it, which I unfortunately have a history of ignoring red flags. But after that, there's a dead end. So I had to come back. Now there is a descent that's a little spicier than the one we're about to take that kind of goes by the fence there and then meets up with Graveyard, which that trail is there. There's like a rock where the fence meets. Yeah, but this is where you want to go. If you're doing Tomb Raider proper, you're hanging a right here. We're going to go down, and then where that intersection is there is basically the end of Tomb Raider. You've got a bunch of different trails that intersect. I'm going to hang a left and just finish up with Graveyard. That's what I'm going to do. But this is where we're at here. So you come down this descent, and then you're going to hang a right. Next time that I do this, because I'd like to do Tomb Raider again, why not, with the chesty and just kind of flow it and know where I'm going. Except, I think I'm going to take the spicier option next time. So it'll be like Tomb Raider with some spice or something. But yeah, I'm just going to go up, do the climb, and take the spicier descent down that way. So that's an option. Anyway, let's finish this up. So somebody posted Graybeard to CC connector trail a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know who posted it, and nothing, against you, because I don't know you, but I'm gonna try to take it down. Reason being that, so it is it's a shortcut, it's a massive shortcut. If you come off of Golf Balls and you want to just go over to Graybeard or Gun Run, that area, then yeah, huge shortcut. This right here is the end of Rocky Road, and that and this take you to the green or the Graybeard Country Club connector or whatever. Yeah, it's a sick shortcut rather than doing Country Club connector. Like the actual Country Club connector goes like around a ways and whatever. You're still in the dog park. Tons of people are walking their dogs through here. Some people through here as well, but this is a very slow trail, no descents or blind corners. You can hear people coming, and also it's not like, it doesn't have that element of danger of running into somebody. It just doesn't. And yeah, this connector, if you're gonna do it, walk your bike down. Like, it's bananas that someone would put this up on Trail Forks as something to ride, as a shortcut. And I've seen one person actually ride through here. I'm like, that's messed up. Because I just walked my bike down, and it's just like blind corners, a whole bunch of gravel and rocks that you'll just slide right down for the most part. Like, it's really loose and also just like sketchy for the first little bit. But again, if someone's coming, like walking up, even if they were walking up and you were riding down slowly, like full brakes, you might easily lose control and run into them. There's small children, dogs off leash, A lot of people walking this trail. I think that was kind of short-sighted. I don't know why someone put that up. But, I mean, I get it. It's a shortcut. It definitely is a shortcut. And maybe at one point it was traveled a lot more. Like, I don't know how long the dog park has been here, the off-leash dog park here at, like, Scenic South. But maybe there was a time that this was all just trails and the dog park wasn't here and this was well biked, but not anymore. Yeah, don't do it. Don't ride it. If you really want to take that shortcut and get off your bike and walk, then fine. But otherwise, I would even though you have to go that way a ways and it's a lot more climbing and takes you out of the way for that country club connector, I would rather do that. Even though you are in the dog park still, you are not necessarily, you're out in the open, just point blank, you're out in the open, you're not going on anything that's got like a blind turns where you're going down descent and people are walking up with off-leash dogs and children and stuff. Yeah, it's not close to as sketchy. It's way more out of the way, but you'll get more exercise. And riding down this is just silly. Someone's going to get hurt for sure. That's a copy of Vice magazine. I got two of the same issue with my mail when I got back from work. So, yeah. Apparently that is the indulgence issue. Yeah, they have like themed issues. So, yeah, Vice magazine, that's a thing. Beautiful photo. Anyway, couple things. One, gave you a quick little tour of the space there. And yeah, so now that the stuff is out of the studio and over there, you can see that. I need to address that I usually don't have my own art in my space. It just feels weird. But the walls are empty, and it was kind of encouraged to fill the space, and I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? And yeah, it's not bad. It doesn't make me feel too weird. If it was like a self-portrait or something, then it'd feel a lot weirder. But yeah, in my room, I've got empty wall space right there. And yeah, I don't know. There's like art and decor in my space, but it's not mine. Yeah, I'm not in the habit of doing that. It feels weird on like a weird principle level, but it's there. So, other cool thing, I've got to insert a picture here, so I hope that I actually do it. But there's so I have some work at Chrome Salon and Spa. Had work there for a couple months, more than a couple. I don't know how many months it's been now. 5, 6, maybe not quite 6. I don't know, 3 or 4, whatever. And yeah, so I've had some work there for a bit. And on Etsy, like someone bought a piece on Etsy that was up at Chrome, so I had to go like 2 weeks ago and take it down. But then there's like a space there, so then they allowed me to fill that space with a new piece, which I did, and that's the picture of the piece that I need to insert here. And it's 48 by 48 inches, and part of the reason I wanted to take it over there is because it's too big to ship through Canada Post, so I don't post it on Etsy. If I try to ship it through like FedEx or what is it called, Purolator or UPS or whatever, like it's too expensive. There's no point. It's way too expensive. So and Canada Post won't ship it. It's just too big. Like once it gets over like 30 by 48 inches, a little bit over that, they won't ship it through Canada Post at all. So anyway, I have a couple pieces that are that big or bigger. Like I've got a 48 by 60 as well. Actually, I have 2 that I haven't painted yet, and one that's finished. That's a 48 by 60. And it's like, man, I just have to try to find places locally where I can showcase it so that they can be bought locally because I can't ship them. So, yeah, that's the reason I chose that one, 48 by 48. I also really like it, and I think it fits that empty space well, if I remember how big that wall is anyway. But yeah, I really like that piece, so I'm glad that it'll be seen. And the thing is, that was really cool, and I wish I had the GoPro on me. I was thinking about taking it with me, and I didn't. Is that as I was walking, because it doesn't fit on my vehicle, I had to walk it from the studio to Chrome, which is only like 3 blocks away, so it's not a big deal. I guess it's really only 2 blocks away, but Galt Gardens is a big block. No, it's not. It's a regular block. It doesn't matter. It's like 2 blocks away from the studio, so it wasn't that big of a deal. If it was windy or bad weather, it would have sucked. But so I carried that over, and this woman pulled over in her vehicle just to like approach me, and she was like, "Is that your work?" And I was like, yeah, it's mine. I'm just taking it over to Chrome right now, and they got some of my pieces there and stuff. And she was like, "Is it for sale?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she asked me how much it is, and I told her, and she was like, "Wow, it's like pretty fair pricing," and like, "Wow, I really like it." And she asked if I had like online stuff, and so I gave her a business card, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna check this out for sure." And like, I told her there's more of my work at Chrome, and she was like, "Oh, I used to go there. Like, I should go there and check some more stuff out." And it's like, wow, I really like that. Like, yeah. So that made me feel good. Like, that someone was so taken with that piece that, like, they had to pull over. Like, they left right after that. They didn't go anywhere. Like, they pulled over. Like, I remember thinking, like, wow, that's bad parking, because they, like, parked crooked. And then they, like, got out of their vehicles, started talking to me, and then they, like, got back into their vehicle and left and went wherever they were going. And, like, that is a nice feeling. I've never had that before. However, I don't walk around with huge pieces of art downtown, so maybe I should start. I don't think I got a lot of vlogging in this week. You know what? Let's chill. Let's hang out a bit. I had a raw ride in there of a trail that I've never done before, but yeah, I didn't have a lot of vlogging this week. So I've had 2 sessions of tutoring now, and I think it's going okay, and we'll see how that goes. Continue that. It's fun right now. It's good. I did apply for another student, and I don't know if I'll get them or not. And it's a much younger student. So I'm just like, I don't know, like, yeah, but it's like, I don't know. That extra little bit of money will really help. If I just had like 3 sessions a week, that would really help a lot, actually. And it's not that much more work for me. Like, some days will be really busy, like even just with that extra hour and that travel time and whatever, it'll be like, or sometimes if there's 2 sessions in a day. But yeah, I said I was going to give a tutoring update, and yeah, it's just, so far I've just got the 1 student, 1 hour a week, approximately, depending on, the week. And yeah, I've only had those 2 sessions, but it seems to be going well. So there's that. And I had a moment today, speaking of tutoring and teaching and subbing and all that stuff. I was subbing today, and it was just like grade 8s all day. Just like 2 different grade 8 classes all day. And it wasn't that bad, but I mean, they're grade 8s. It's not my favorite thing. And like, sometimes when there's like a work period, I can just like walk around and read. And it's just like quiet. And I can just like check in, see if anyone needs help every once in a while. But other than that, I can just like walk around the classroom with a book. And then there's other times where it's like putting out fires constantly, people being way too loud, disruptive, whatever, other people trying to work and they can't effectively, and having to like just constantly be getting on people's cases or just like whatever. And today was like in the middle, because it was like, it wasn't quiet enough that I could actually read, but it wasn't loud enough, and there wasn't like big disruptions that were a problem. It was just like, this is grade 8, I guess. Like, I didn't have to really get upset at anybody or like say anything, or like I didn't have to single anyone out. I didn't have to even tell the class as a whole to like calm down. It was just like, they're working for the most part, and when they're not working, like, it's just not, I don't know how to explain it, but it was in between. So like, I don't know. It is one of those times when like I'm not like constantly putting out fires. I'm not like agitated. I'm like there. It's not bananas in there, but at the same time, it's definitely not chill and calm and just like yeah, they're working. That's it. Like it's in between. Anyway, um, but anyway, I was leaving subbing and I was thinking like man, like I do often talk about being frustrated about where I'm at with teaching and like not having a contract and not actually doing any teaching. I'm subbing, right? And that's not where I want to be. This is not my ideal job. This is not my career, my occupation that I want. There's so many things about it that are really not good for me. Like, I mean, financially and also just like anxiety and whatever else. But like, I don't know when I'm going to work. I don't know how often I'm going to work. I don't know where I'm going to work. I don't know all these things. It's last minute sometimes. It's like not knowing a lot of stuff, and that's not good for me. And it's also just again when I'm in the classroom, generally I would say 95% of the time I'm not doing any teaching. I'm not doing what I want to do. But every once in a while, there's like specific teachers that they leave me with some real teaching to do, and it's fun and it's good and I like it. But other times it just seems like babysitting or classroom management stuff and putting out fires and just trying to get people to work or just not be disruptive or whatever. And I don't want to do that. It's not fulfilling for me. But the other thing is that even in those times where I get to do some real teaching and it's like fun and good and we're having awesome conversations and learning is occurring and like whatever, that's cool, but I don't really get to build connections, which is like this huge thing that I love about teaching, is that component of actually building relationships with these students. And like I'm not there often enough to do that usually. So it's still not like super fulfilling. And I talk about that stuff and about being, again, frustrated with where I'm at with that and not having a contract and just subbing and grinding it out. But I did have a very small moment today where I was like, it wasn't a bad day, right? It wasn't an amazing day either, but it was just like, man, for the amount of money I made today, I could be doing much worse work. You know what I mean? Like, I could be getting paid half that and being, like, doing really crappy work that sucks really bad. There's some days with subbing you couldn't pay me, like, that money to go to work. If I knew that was going to happen, I'd be like, absolutely not. I don't know. It's not worth it. And it's not like I'm making a ton of money, but part of it is because I don't work every day, right? And there's, like, weeks at a time. Like, that's the thing. There's like Christmas holidays or like next week there's a whole week off school for Lethbridge, not for Palliser, but for Lethbridge they have a whole week off school. There's like winter break and like April break and there's long weekends. There's lots of opportunities where I can't work even if I wanted to. And then there's just days where I don't get a call. Like I just don't get a call to work. So it's not like I'm doing amazing over here financially at all. I'm struggling, but I just had this moment today where I was like, you know, for what I did today, like, I could be doing a lot worse stuff that would suck really bad, and I felt fortunate and just, like, grateful for that. So maybe we'll cap off the vlog there. Again, there is that raw ride, which I don't think many of you would be interested in unless you are riding trails to Lethbridge. It's Tomb Raider, and it was the first time I ever did that, so that was kind of cool. I'd like to do it again and do some variations with it. And what was I going to say? Then the conversation was a quote by David Bowie about wanting to having a repulsive need to be beyond human, and I really identify with the quote. So that conversation's there. It's not that long, I don't think. But yeah, I definitely identify with that quote. I've had it sitting on the back burner for a long time. So I had that conversation as well. And I don't know, I feel pretty good right now. And we'll see you in another time. Just kidding. Not done. Not done. I don't think I have talked about counseling on here yet. I can't remember if I brought it up or not. But, for a little bit, I'm able to afford counseling because of subsidy. But it only lasts a certain amount of sessions. and after that, I probably won't be able to afford it anymore. So, yeah, I had my second session today. I felt like I needed it. I feel like one of the things that I've talked about a bunch, whether it be, on social media, such as Instagram, Facebook, or through YouTube and the vlog or podcast, whatever, however well, I guess you're watching this because this doesn't get made into the podcast. Anyway, processing sadness is something I've been struggling with the past year and a half, 2 years. And I felt like I needed some help with that. So, yeah. So I just had my second session right now and feel like I keep thinking of like Good Will Hunting, because one, Good Will Hunting's an amazing film and you should watch it. But yeah, that's not why I'm thinking of it. But I keep thinking of it because I don't want to spoil anything now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway, there's a moment where somebody is seeing a therapist and they don't believe in therapists or counseling or whatever, and they go into it with like a really bad attitude and they say, "Let the healing begin," and they I think they clap, and that was my reaction to the counseling session I just had, except that I had a really good attitude about it and I felt really good leaving it, and I was like, hell yeah, like we're getting somewhere. Our first session was just really, introducing or trying to figure out what my needs are, right? Them trying to figure out what they can do to help and whatever. So this session we got into some stuff a little more, and it was like, okay, let's figure some stuff out, and like got into it, and they like pushed me in a certain way that I really enjoyed, and I was able to like see some things that I hadn't seen before, and yeah, I got a lot out of it, and it was good, and I'm happy, and I've got some homework to do, which I like. So on that note, now we will see you on another time. Actually, wait a second, because I think part of what I'm going to do with my homework here is have a conversation about it. So I think that's part of my process of helping me. So I think doing that external processing through having a conversation about this topic will help me figure out the things I need to figure out and just open that up for me more. And so I don't have a title for it yet. You will hear about what that will be in the next conversation. See you on another time. I feel good. Feel good.